Well, luck be on their side. A riptide rhythm from another squad, giving the opener here. As EQL losing lives one after the other as well on the opposite end. And the four-way fight still has Loud alive and kicking up on top.
They are holding on so well. So much medkits and glue wall to work with. They've weathered the storm for now, so RQ is going to be their next problem, but at least they have the warehouse to drop into if needed.
Wow.
Fluxstone did bail TAG out from the jaws of Twisted Minds for a while, but now TAG will have to somehow get out of this with minimal resource.
SHUL, although they survived long enough into the 12-minute mark, placement points wise, they don't really get anything much off of this lobby at all. Team Apex Gaming with two final survivors at double court on the outside. Twisted Minds hopping on in. And they find a quick recovery before perhaps taking the fight up against Team Apex Gaming. They just need to knock on their door slightly and they'll be able to get 2 free points unless, of course, Wolvin and Sile Judge show us some miracle because they have no glue walls to play around with. They'll just have to take a straightforward gunfight.
The Lion just wiped out 3 out of 4 Fluxo members too as they were going on the cross. The high ground advantage was too good for Lion to pull this out, and now Tahiti is going to get absolutely ran through by the bars. They should spell the end of TAG and out into the blue. Woven actually finds that revive on the KD got to extend their lifeline, and he's on the MC7. Woven though loses the fight, but MC7 did eventually perish to the blue.
Yeah, Wolvin did manage to collect that elimination off of him. Brilliant play, but of course, Team Apex Gaming, that's going to be their consolation prize. They survived definitely much longer, but elimination points-wise, that's exactly where we see the big improvement coming through from the squad. But they need way more than that to climb a leaderboard in a massive lobby like this. Not their fault at all. On the survival stage, you didn't have these big boys. You didn't have these monsters prowling around. It's a tough lobby to say the least. Lions now rotating away from Twisted Minds. Fluxo versus RRQ, the big fight. Dude still alive and kicking, but lost. Doing a number on them. Spotting out Rams. Circling around the glue wall. Will get clapped by the thrill of battle. And the A124 does RRQ in. The sniper of RRQ can't do much in this situation. Tries to run away. Prevented by Rigby. Easy points for MIBR, and that's the 4 that they pick up in this lobby.
Good stuff. MIBR lost needed an intervention. They needed a way back into this finals, and I think they found that opening. Now it's about converting that into more. Lau still holding on strong. The next circle. Let's see if it decides whether Lau can stay. Nope, out into the open we go. AJL, they have primary position to vulture all of these points for the far end. If AJL gets this booyah, they are going to be so close to 90 points.
How long has Loud stayed on this roof? They have played their defense perfectly. Nobody has been able to punish them. Nobody has been able to kick them off. Now the blue zone will finally do the job, removing the Brazilian squad off of that roof. But the question is, how will they make their move in towards the next circle? Now, Lightning Zone has been called out. It is not AJL's goal maker. Potentially from MIBR, as they are looking to make their way a long journey towards the next zone. Blue wall melters laid out here by AJL. General's going to be in a lot of trouble, but the shots, the cover from Yago allows him to make the quick rotation round, and MIBR still safe.
The only way to really make this competitive is for Lost to get that booyah somehow. Allow wiping out Twisted Minds members. BZP hanging on by a thread. Now top back up. That's the quad and the 5th for BZP. Nix comes in as well. But Lion shows up and Della leads the charge. James King also winning out his one against Quaksha. Lion not to be denied.
Yeah, Lion steps on in right after that double nade from the side of Twisted Minds. Beautiful play. And of course, it is Lions that get the biggest slice of this pie through those points. Diamond still clapped by the thrill of battle. He can't use his active skills just yet. Goes in for the Superman right outside the zone. Tanking a lot of damage. Traps down on the ground. BZP needs to go in here for the pickup, and Gabez King can't find the final player. Diamond going in for the shutdown.
Oh my goodness.
A sliver of health left here for BZP. And Diamond gets the final player. And it is an all-out Thailand final circle that's clapped by AJL for the booyah.
And they have now officially hit that critical mass. They are so close to 90 points. This Booyah, I believe, paired with 11 eliminations, puts them one good game away from the 90-point threshold. How sweet would that be? They came up a global finals clash squad victory, but it was something that people brushed aside because it's not Battle Royale, it's not the Holy Grail. But now the Holy Grail right in front of them is just one step away.
Before this match, they were 33 points away. I wonder if or not they've managed to pull off a phenomenal run. I mean, if you look at it from the grand scheme of things, these three Thai squads, Team Falcons, Twisted Minds, AGAL, they didn't really go all out in the first game like what Buriram did. But right after that, you see the consistency out of these boys. And Falcons and Twisted Minds already with the Booyah earlier, and AGAL just picking one up for themselves as well. So if you look at it from the grand scheme of things, Southeast Asia doing phenomenally well out there.
This has to feel like deja vu with BRU. This was exactly what happened back in Riyadh in 2025. Get a hot start on Bermuda in game one, and then absolute silence. It has happened 2 rounds in a row. You gotta feel what the players are thinking. I think Wasana is starting to feel the stress as well. Hands on his head in game 3 and really just slumping back on the chair after game 4 ended. But there's one team that deserves Twisted Minds. They missed out last year. Jump was in poor memory. They didn't even make 80 points. They finished last in Riyadh. He joined Twisted Minds and now they are here and they're ever so close.
Absolutely. But are they close enough to the consistency of AGAL? They have been dominating Clash Squad and they have also been ripping away massive points in whichever Battle Royale lobby they hop on into. Any tournament that they've visited so far, they've definitely found the top 3 for themselves, and now they're looking to become the champions here for Free Fire at the Esports World Cup 2026 Paris. They're not too far away from doing exactly that. 90 points, that's our match point target. And right now they may just be, like you said, 1 game away.
Yeah, 1 game away from 90. And if everything goes according to plan for AGAL, game 6 is where they lift that trophy. It would be a fast finals. I mean, not that we've not seen it. We saw it back in spring when Team Secret walked away with 4 consecutive Booyahs, but AGAL has such a good run so far. But again, we did highlight Twisted Minds earlier on, and now we have them on stage. Let's hear what they have to say.
Welcome back to the main stage. My name is Barney Banks and I've got Exposy here from Twisted Minds, playing absolutely out of their skin at this point. Exposy, I want to just quickly ask you, if we look back to groups, you guys would play relatively slowly and you would gain momentum throughout the day, and then obviously you'd end on a high, obviously winning your group. However, today you've come out really aggressive. Was that always the plan?
ก็คำถามแรกนะฮะถ้าเกิดมองย้อนไปตอนกรุ๊ปสเตจเนี่ยฮะตอนนั้นเราเล่นกันแบบว่าค่อยๆไปเรื่อยๆแบบว่าไต่ขึ้นไปเรื่อยๆแบบเงียบๆจนสุดท้ายแล้วเนี่ยเราจบที่1ของกรุ๊ปสเตจเลยนะฮะแต่ว่าพอมารอบแกรนด์ไฟนอลเนี่ยฮะพวกเราฟอร์มของพวกเราออกไปทางร้อนแรงแล้วก็เอ็กซ์เซสซีฟค่อนข้างมากเลยเป็นยังไงบ้างฮะตอนนี้ก็ดีครับรู้ทีมได้ปั่นจักรยานไปหอเฟลครับก็เลยเล่นดีครับ
Yeah, actually, like the reason behind like our aggressive style is like because we got a chance to like ride a bicycle to the Eiffel Tower, so we have a lot of energy to play today.
Because you rode a bicycle to the Eiffel Tower. That's pretty cool. Let's talk about the current situation that you're in right now on the leaderboard, okay? You're from one of the strongest regions coming into this, alongside the likes of Falcons, AGAL, yourselves as well, and of course Buriram United Esports. How does it feel right now to be sitting, towards the top of the leaderboard, almost leading the charge?
ก็ถ้าเกิดมองไปที่ลีดเดอร์บอร์ดตอนนี้นะฮะเทียบกับสกอร์ของทีมที่มาจากรีเจียนเรานะฮะไม่ว่าจะเป็นว่าฟาลคอนนะฮะบุรีรัมย์หรือไม่ก็ทีมอื่นทวิสเต็ดไมล์หรือว่าอื่นๆก็ตามนะฮะคะแนนของเราตอนนี้เนี่ยค่อนข้างโดดออกไปทีเดียวแล้วก็ตอนค่อนข้างสูงแล้วก็เกือบถึง90แล้วนะฮะรู้สึกไงบ้างครับก็รู้สึกดีแล้วครับทีมเล่นดีก็ฝากคนไทยเชียร์เยอะนะครับ
Yeah, I'm very happy and very satisfied for the result of our performance, and hopefully like all the Thai fans and everyone around the world keep supporting them till the end.
Well, finally, before I let you go, I just want to ask you what it would mean to you and your teammates and of course your community watching to lift this incredible trophy that you see before you.
คำถามสุดท้ายนะฮะก็รู้สึกไงบ้างฮะแล้วก็คิดว่าแฟนๆจะรู้สึกไงบ้างในนาทีที่เราได้ยกถ้วยรางวัลนี้ขึ้นมาฮะก็ดีใจครับซ้อมมาเหนื่อยก็ถ้าทำได้ก็ดี
ครับ
Yeah, very happy because we're going so hard for this year. We're giving everything we got, and hopefully we can finally lift the trophy.
Okay, well, yeah, it shows. You guys are trying extremely hard. It shows. Congratulations on where you're on the leaderboard. If you guys lift that trophy, I'll ride a bicycle with you guys to the Eiffel Tower. And so with that being said, we're going to head back over to the studio before we come back with some more free fire action, baby.
In the festival zone, and if you don't know what this is, we're going to walk you through it a little bit because you definitely want to check this out while you're hanging out at EWC 2026. This is going to be right next to the Free Fire station. You can see there's got some people playing in here already. There's the option for basketball or football, soccer if you're American, and you can come in here, play this all day, breaks between the games. It's the perfect thing to do to kind of switch things up as you're hanging out here. But there's also a ton of games that you can participate in. I don't know if you've been by the Free Fire stage lately, but the fans from Brazil for these teams are insane. We're talking musical instruments, drums, cheers, matching outfits, flags. Sometimes gotta take a little break. So make sure you come and check out the festival area to do exactly that. Another very helpful thing to check out while you're here at EWC 2026 is, of course, the venue map. Now, might sound a little bit simple, but I'm going to walk you through why this is going to be so helpful. This is how you're going to be able to navigate the entire location. You'll be able to keep track of how everything is going. It's going to be one of your best resources here at EWC 2026, so make sure you check it out. This is one of the games that you can play here at EWC 2026. This is your opportunity to potentially win some EWC 26 merch or even tickets to one of the events. All you have to do is come on over, take a spin on the wheel, and if you hit the right number, you could be going home with some pretty cool prizes. Now, of course, we also have our super fan area. Now, this is going to be where you want to go if you are looking for those up close and personal interactions with some of your favorite players. You have to come here. You can get some photos of your favorite players. You can get them to autograph some of your EWC 26 merch. Are you having a good time here so far?
Yes, really nice. And I'm so excited to be here. We are supporting Lion and Gandai.
Seeing glitter spinning that wheel reminds me of what's going on right now with that leaderboard from last time that you saw us. That leaderboard has been spinning because at one point it was Buriram. That's not the case anymore. This is starting to look like 2025 Buriram.
2025 indeed. They came out of the gates running last year and it looks like, they were going to be the leaders of the pack, but then unfortunately something happened to them and they ended up in 9th place. And we're kind of seeing the same happen today. So is it a little bit of a jinx or a turn of events? Who knows? But look, obviously we talk about these teams and everybody's sort of wanting that prize, wanting that, and they definitely have what it takes to get back up to the top of the leaderboard. But right now we're just having deja vu.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, it's real difficult right now because they're the ones left out of the Thailand teams who's grabbing those booyahs. Like 3 out of 4 that is in Grand Finals right now is already taking that big B. And Buriram United is not getting it, but it did have a massive game number 1.
But then again, if we're talking about the Thailand team, we also have AGAL. I mean, that Booyah and those consistency. Game 1, 2, 4, they keep getting 11 elimination points. And I think that is the goal today. They're going to go aggressive and they are surely locking up the points with that extra Booyah they just had on Game 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually end up seeing them in that first place, whenever we end up seeing the overall. But for everybody currently watching at home, even if your team is not performing that well, it's okay. Just log into Free Fire and make sure you get some of the sweet in-game rewards, because there's a bunch. I mean, you can kind of see them on the screen right now. Honestly, I want that EWC bat right there. Just support your local team, claim your rewards, and I mean, I can hear it from the back too. Everybody wants a bat. Can we actually get one? Because I
Production
would want
wants
to
to
have
get us.
one. Yeah, in the shop.
When we do
What is
that.
the jersey? The jersey was a question mark too. A question mark is currently what the Indian teams are having above their head, because it's not looking like what we saw yesterday from Survival.
Yes, I am so sad actually, because I am here to represent Lucifer, who is now at the casting desk. But again, I mean, they do have some opportunities, because we all saw what happened on the previous match when Buddha got taken out by tag. They came up with a vengeance from being eliminated early on the previous game to taking out the biggest threat. And of course, we also saw how SAUL eliminated Falcon right on the previous game. So they do have what it takes. It's just that somehow the consistency when it comes to getting those points, and now that is questionable. It's the rotation that I think they might have to reconsider again.
We talked about yesterday about the mentality of some of these squads. Maybe this is what the Indian teams need, Neptune. Taking those big fights against the top dogs little by little. And the thing right now, with the way that the leaderboard is set, whenever we get a chance to end up seeing it, you'll see how compact everything is as well.
Well, one thing that hopefully doesn't happen for them, despite of them taking down big dogs, is that ego. The ego wherein, yes, they're confident already to take down one, but falter the next match. And that is what happened for Team Apex Gaming, because yes, they did get one team earlier on a match of 3, but in match 4, it's Fluxo who did take them down.
Yes, I mean, Tag were amazing. They were a beast on the survival stage. I still remember correctly on Game 3 where Shoto had 4 elimination on his own and 1,966 damage points with 7 assists. But looking at the overall ranking finals, this is interesting, 7.
It is interesting. Team Falcons, a team that's currently challenging as well for the club championship, does have a Booyah. Just keep that in mind, because right now the top 4 teams, all of them do have a Booyah. Whenever we reach that 90-point threshold, the way that you'll have to be able to win it is going to be with a Booyah.
I must say that this is going rather quick, Lace. I mean, we have 17 points already from AGAL.
Yeah, and look, we're talking about Booyahs, and who doesn't have one yet? Fluxo, okay? Look, the rise to the top 4 in match 3 is exactly what we expect from this team. I mean, the aggressive fights, the adaptability. There was a part where they had Falcons on height of bridge and then AGL on the south of them. But however they did that, they maintained composure and defense in that situation. Did they get the Booyah? Obviously not. It's not on there. But it was an impressive game from them to be able to move from their position that they were in to get that second place in the third match. And match 4, you know, they did prioritize early eliminations, which did sort of put them into that 4th place position, with only Falcons like having 1 more point than them. So this is what we expect from Fluxo, but it is the consistency that we don't tend to see from them. It's just they get the big games in, and that's how they're maintaining their points.
That is so brave of you to say, because we're standing right behind the supporters right now. But one thing that I can also say is that at least they're doing better than my Indonesian teams, okay? Because as we all see, EVOS and Argaryuk are having quite a hard time. They only have 41 and 36 points overall now without any boost.